What's up, guys? It's Dr. Love, and today we're gonna play Guild of Dungeoneering.
Guild of Dungeoneering, on a quest we're never veering.
Yes.
Be a Dungeoneer, swimming in pools of gold.
The music for this game is pretty funny. This game is very it's got a very self-aware sense of humor. This dude right here.
The land they're cheering, oh, to be a Dungeoneer, chasing fame and glory.
Yeah. So this game is like it's kind of like an RPG, but not really. It's a roguelike indie game. It's very interesting. There's no other games like this, not that I know of. So let's see what we got here. The Ivory League of Explorers, the noblest, most virtuous guild in the land. Should I do this with like an English accent? That's probably better, right? Those insufferable jerks, I'll show them. They won't even think me so grossly incompetent when I have my own guild. I've bought a small hall in the bad part of town with the gold I borrowed from them. I've staked out a dungeon that's ripe for the picking. I've even found a chump who can do all the dirty work while I sit back and watch the coins roll in. Like my father always told me, there's always someone stupider than yourself. Well, he never really said it to me. Actually, he said it to everyone but me. Hey, wait a minute. Alright, so this is my guild. Welcome to your guild. Welcome to my guild. We need to hire some Dungeoneers, so let's build a barracks. Okay, let's do that. Drag the barracks card beside your guild house to build a new room. Okay. And you can see I have these 3 spots that I could build it in, so I could choose to build the barracks anywhere I want. As soon as I've built, Jesus, this music.
The solitary lone, the pawn who's fodder for the grind.
Did he just say the guy's name?
The sorry little chump.
The chump. Yeah, so sometimes the music comes in and he does his funny singing or whatever. Okay, so a new Dungeoneer arrived. Wow, these posters must be working. So as soon as I built that barracks, this guy, Vaughn, showed up. He's a chump. That's his class. And he's got 5 health. And I can rename him too, if I want. Let's name him... let's name him Dude. Alright, his name's Dude. Don't worry about renaming them though, because you'll get a lot of these guys. You can expand your guild to gain new Dungeoneers and abilities. But first, try going on an adventure. Okay. And when I say a lot, I mean you're only going to have one of them, but one of them at a time, but I would suggest not naming them because you're going to be naming quite a lot of people. Okay, so we're going to go on an adventure now. This is our first quest. Quest 1, squeak squeak. Everybody's got to start somewhere, enter the dungeon. And this is the kind of game they don't tell you what to do. They want you to figure stuff out on your own. So like you see this screen and you might be like, what's going on? I'm so confused. I'll play your first turn. It's easy. Alright, so they do your first move for you. Oh my god. And like if you're playing this for the first time, you're probably just like, okay. So now you're in battle. Alright, let me explain the battle real quick. These are the 3 things that you can do. Okay? And this right here is what the computer opponent is doing. The rubber ducky, he's saying so he's not really doing anything. And then you have the option of doing these things. This is defense. You can block 1 damage. This is 1 physical damage, and this is 2 physical damage. And so let's do 2 physical damage to him, because that seems to be the best option right there. So Ducky takes 2 physical damage, and he loses 2 of his health. So the next turn, Ducky now is going to actually do something. He's going to attack me. So this symbol means I'm going to lose 1 damage if I take that. But then there's a minus heart here, which means that when he attacks me, he's also going to lose 1 health himself. So let's say now if I attack him back, he's going to die, and then the round is over. But let's just let's block the damage, just to show you what happens. All right, so I'm gonna block it. So I don't take any damage, but he takes 1 damage because doing that hurt him. It's either minus heart here or a white heart. They mean the same thing. So now this is tough here. He's headbutting me, which is going to cause me 2 damage. It's a lot of damage, but he's also going to hurt himself, which means he's going to die no matter what. So, yeah, so it doesn't really matter. He's just totally going to die. But the thing is, he's going to do this 2 damage before I get a chance to do my own damage. We'll get there when the time comes. So for now, it doesn't matter what we choose. And then don't worry about the health, because you gain your health back at the beginning of every battle. So now once the battle is done, you get to choose 3 treasure items. And that happens after every battle. You get 3 choices. And depending on your choice, you gain something here. It says you gain, so I can either get +1 health, I can get this Fire Blast, which is added to my deck of cards. That's the random things that I get to do during each of my each of the turns in battle. And Fire Blast, that's pretty good. It does 2 damage. Or I could get this shield, which blocks 3 physical damage, and that's a lot. It's not very often at this stage of the game where you get attacked for 3 damage. So that's really, whenever you get that in your turn, that's going to give you a lot of defense. I think right now my best course of action is to get the straitjacket, because I would like +1 health. You also have the option of not taking any of those things and just getting gold. Oh, but you got gold anyway, because there's a gold in the tile. Now you have a go. Alright, so it's my turn. So basically, in this game, you're not playing as the hero. You are playing as the hero when you're battling, but when you're not battling and you're on this screen, you're playing as the, I guess his name is the Dungeoneer. Are you AFK? No, I'm not AFK, dude. I'm just explaining to the people at home what's happening here. Now, I can lay down one of these tiles to build the dungeon, and whenever I do that, it shows me where they could potentially go. Alright? Now this means that the tiles, they have to match to like the spaces. Like for example, this one, I could build it here, or I could build it here, but I can't build it here because there's no south entrance, right? Because this thing, there's no south entrance. Whereas this corridor, I could build it here because it's got an east, west, and south entrance, as well as a north entrance. So I could build it in any of these 3 spaces. However, this space, I could only build it here, because if I wanted to build something here, I would need west, north, and east entrance. And with this, I would need a west, east, and south entrance, right? Okay. Also, this is a mysterious fountain. I'll explain that when that comes up. So, let's see. There's a lot of rats I can fight. They're all level 1. That's what that means. That number means they're level. Now, my guy, I can't control where he goes. So if I was to end my turn, he would just walk over here to this area and do nothing. And also, it says here, play up to 3 more cards this turn. So I can lay down 3 of these cards. But I don't have to lay down 3 cards. I could end my turn early. I could lay down 0 cards if I want. So that's an easy thing to miss. I was playing this game for a while before I realized that you didn't have to use all the cards. Anyway, I'm going to lay down this mysterious fountain. That's what I'm going to do. Let's do that. And I can only lay it down there. And, ooh, okay, good. Now the fountain, it gives you a power-up when you get to it. Top card of deck is face up. We'll get to that later. But just know that whenever you lay down a fountain, it could be good or bad. And I just got a good fountain. But if it's a bad fountain, it's red. And it's random every time. So, I can lay down 2 more cards this turn. Let's see. I would like to, oh, and right now, he was going to go this way. But since I laid down this fountain and I opened up this area, he changed his mind. And so when I end my turn, Dude is going to go to the right into this fountain. And then he's planning on going to this rat. But I don't think he's going to get to the rat, though. I think in 1 turn, he's only going to get to the fountain. He can only move like 1, maybe 2 spaces per turn. So right now I'll put this nasty rat here by this fountain. And you might be wondering, well, why would I want Dude to fight this rat? Well, you want your character to fight the monsters so that he can gain levels and items. And before he gains the effects of this Fountain of Clairvoyance, which I'll get to later, he's going to fight the rat. Okay, so he's going to fight whatever monster's here, and then he's going to get the fountain upgrade. Alright, let's go. I could lay down 1 more card, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to end my turn right now. Alright, Dude, go for it. 2 years in chump school for this? He went to school for learning how to be a chump. Yes, that's right, folks. Alright. So, the nasty rat, he's attacking me here. He's going to give me 1 physical damage. That's what the red damage means. It's physical. And there's only 2 types of damage in this game that I know of. There's red, which is physical, and blue, which is magic. But they both work the same way. And this is unblockable. So even if I had a thing that could block this in my hand here, it wouldn't matter. It's just going to go through anyway. So it would be a waste to try to block this. So I'm just gonna attack him regularly like this. Lucky hit, which does 2 damage. Now he's gonna do his damage first, and then I'm gonna do my damage. It's basically the same thing. The only time that is significant, who gets to do damage first, is when someone's about to die. Alright? So if he does damage before I do, and I'm about to die, and then he kills me before I get to kill him, I just lose, and that's the end. So that's the only time, though, that's really significant. Let's see. Here's another unblockable damage. So it would be a waste for me to use this cower. And as you can see, this cower blocks both physical and magical damage, but we haven't seen magical damage yet. So let me just do eyes closed punch, which is gonna do 1 damage. We're gonna trade hits here. It's whatever. But as you can see, I'm ahead of him by 2 health, and I've got 4 health and he's got 2 health, so he's gonna die before I do, and we're gonna win this battle. Pretty simple so far. Although if you've never played this before, you might be confused by all of this stuff. And like I said, it's half the fun of this game is figuring stuff out on your own. Although some people don't like to figure stuff out on their own. And which I understand, you know. Now look, check this out. It's gonna do 1 damage, but enemy discards 1 card, which means I am the enemy. I am the nasty rat's enemy. So if he lets that go through, I'm going to discard a card, and it's random. I randomly lose a card. So let's let that go through and see what happens if I lose a card. Actually, you know what? It doesn't. Well, yeah, it doesn't matter. But let's. I'll just attack him. So look, I lost to Cower, but since both of my cards were Cower anyway, it didn't matter. And then I killed him, so it didn't matter anyway. All right, so I get to choose loot again. Now. Here in the bottom right, I can click on dude's face, and it brings up his stats and everything. Even though it's grayed out, you can still click on it. So from the first fight, I got that straitjacket, which gives me 1 extra health. Now I could get another straitjacket, but I've already got that equipped, which means I could just sell it for 1 gold. I don't want to do that right now, though. Or I could get a cuppa. This would give me the fire blast, okay, and it's gonna go in my offhand. Or I could get the fork, which is gonna give me slice, which does 2 physical damage. It's gonna go in my weapon. So right now, either one of these would be okay. I'll go with the cuppa. I don't know why, I just want the cuppa for some reason. All right, cool. So I've got a cuppa. So let me just explain this now. I'll probably end up explaining it again later on. The cuppa, it adds that thing to my deck, which I can't see now. It adds that fire blast. Oh, here it is. Okay, so it adds the fire blast to my deck. But now the cuppa itself does not give me fire blast. All right, it's very important. The cuppa gives me fire 1. It gives me the fire skill, and it gives me 1 level of that. Now, having the fire skill level 1 enables me to use Fire Blast in my deck. And the way I worded that is very significant because, say, if Body gave me Fire 1, then Body, or if the Straitjacket gave me Fire 1, then the Straitjacket plus the Cuppa combined would give me Fire 2. Alright? But we haven't gotten to that yet. I'll explain that more when that comes into play. It's my turn again. Well, let's make a path to... Yeah, let's make this path here to these rats. And I would suggest not building more paths than you need. I like to keep it simple. Alright, just build 1 path right now. I guess you could build this path too, but you know, I'm not even gonna do that. I think the less paths the better. When I started this game, I was making paths left and right. I was making this ornate dungeon, and my character was just getting confused and he was going all over the place. Now, the coins will give you coins, right? I'm gonna put it here so that when he fights the rat, he's gonna get the coins. But if I was to put the coins here, then dude would travel to the left instead of traveling up, because the coins lure your hero to wherever you put them down. So right now he's gonna fight this rat, but let's just say I put it here. Yeah, I'll show you guys. Oh, he didn't change his mind. Okay. Never mind. Well, I thought he was going to change his mind, but apparently he didn't. But generally, if you put coins down, it lures the follower to wherever the coins are. So let's say I put this giant bat here too. Oh, okay, there you go. So yeah, so he changed his mind. Instead of going north to fight the rat, he went left to fight the giant bat. And your followers are lured by both gold and enemies. So if they see an enemy, if they see gold there, they're gonna go towards it. And right now, it doesn't really matter if the fog is there or not. I mean, I could be wrong about that, but it seems to work even if the fog is there. They can just kind of sense it. But anyway, so I'm fighting this bat, and he's gonna do magic damage to me now, and he's gonna get +1 HP for each damage dealt by this, which means that if he hits me with this magic damage, he's gonna gain 1 health. So I don't want him to gain a health. Alright? I'm going to block him. Yeah, let's block him using Cower. So block that, and then he didn't gain a health. So his next attack is Bite. Oh yeah, by the way, remember when we went to that Fountain of Clairvoyance? Fountain of Clairvoyance gives us predictable. Monster gains predictable this fight. And predictable means that if I look here at his deck, I can see the next card that he's gonna have on the next turn. And so I can plan ahead. So right now I know he's gonna try Drain again, and which is good because I have Cower here, so I can block that again if I want to. But as for this Bite, it's unblockable, so I couldn't block that even if I wanted to, even if I used Cower. So I'm just gonna use Eyes Closed Punch, and we're gonna trade hits here. All right, great. Now he's gonna drain me. I could just let it through and hit him for 2 damage. Or I could block it the way I did before. In fact, I'll let it through just so you can see what it looks like. Here we go. Lucky hit. If it hits me, he gains 1, but then I remove 2. I damage him for 2. Alright, cool. This is really the only viable options right now are Eyes Closed Punch. Yeah, his Cower would just be a waste since this is unblockable. Alright, now he's about to die, but check this out. He can block me. If I attack him with his Eyes Closed Punch, he's gonna block me because he's gonna block 1 physical damage, and then he's gonna damage me with 1 magical damage. So luckily, I got this Fire Blast. It's a good thing I got the Fire Blast, which is from the Kappa, I guess, that gives me fire. Yeah, the Kappa gives me Fire Blast. Oh, and by the way, this empty deck just means we went through all the cards in our deck. Yeah, that's right. We don't have that many cards in our decks, which is actually a good thing. So it's just going to reshuffle. That's all it means. It doesn't matter. The fight is going to continue, but the cards that we use are just going to get reshuffled back into the deck. Anyway, let's use Fire Blast, because that's going to kill him. He's going to hit me once, but that's okay. I got 3 left, and then I hit him for overkill damage. Oh, and
Victory.
that's the end of the dungeon. We didn't even get to see the rest of the dungeon. Alright, return to the guild.
So cherish it while it's
Okay,
around.
so now we have 56 gold. That's what that means. Now if you look here in the bottom, it's got Dungeoneers. So far we only got 1 guy. His name is Dude. Let's expand the guild. Okay, so you see all this crap here and you're like, holy shit, what is this? This is like the level up portion. I won't explain every single thing, and in fact, I don't know what every single thing does, like, towards the end. I mean, I kind of understand, like, the basic principle of it, but, okay, let's just go through this real quick. Unlocks Cat Burglar, so that's another Dungeoneer. If I was to get this, I would get the Cat Burglar, which is kind of like a thief kind of class. He's like a quick thief kind of class. Talisman of the Trickster unlocks Trickster's Favor. Let's just look at what it is here. +1 loot, choice slot after first 2 fights. This means, so after first 2 fights, it's kind of worded wrong. It's not actually what you think it means, because I was tricked by this. It's not after the first 2 fights. It's for the first 2 fights. You get +1 loot, so instead of getting to choose 3 things, you get to choose 4 things. Yeah, +1 loot choice slot. Yeah, that's what it means. +1 loot choice slot. You get to choose 4 things instead of 3 things, but it's only for the first 2 fights. It's not after the first 2 fights. I was tricked by that before. Okay, this is another, I get to unlock the Bruiser, which is another class. It doesn't really tell you what it does, though. It's a mystery. You just gotta find out. And this is what the Cat Burglar looks like. Talisman of the Warrior. +1 to first physical damage in battle for first 2 fights. Yeah. I think that's pretty self-explanatory, right? Okay, we got that. Let's see. The Mime is another character class. The Mime is a very interesting character class. It's kind of one of my favorites, actually. I like the Mime, but the Mime not be for everybody. The Mime kind of mimics... It's like it's controlling the deck, your opponent's deck, and it's also mimicking their attacks. But it's really more controlling the deck. If y'all play Magic, it's kind of like the blue color. Just imagine using the blue color. It's kind of like that. Talisman of Heal. Hug in a bottle. +1 HP for first 2 fights. If that's in the dungeon. Alright. Pretty self-explanatory. All of these cost 50 too. And I have 56, so I can buy one thing as of now. The Apprentice is pretty much like the Mage. And the Bruiser is kind of like the, I guess, the Fighter. He's like the tank. Oh, okay. Here we go. So this is the loot. Sorry. Now, there's 4 different kinds of shops that you can open up here. And what it is, they don't give you these items. It's not like you equip these items right now and you always have them. No. What it means is that if I was to get the blacksmith, next time I go into a dungeon and I fight and kill a monster, I'm gonna have these 4 things available to me in the loot, but it's gonna be randomly generated. So at first you might think, oh, that sucks, I want it now, you know, I want this thing now. But no, in the future you're gonna be getting these things randomly, and you trust me, you're gonna get all of these things at one point. And depending on what character you're playing as, you're gonna want different things. Alright? I'll explain more of what each of these things does later once we get to it. But we got the blacksmith, we got the leather worker, you can check those out. You got the woodworker, and you got the curio shop, which is like the magic stuff. So this is more magic stuff, the blacksmith's more fighting stuff, and the leather worker and woodworker are kind of like different. They're all good, really. I think you're pretty much going to want to get all of these. That's what I did, and I think it works. You don't skip out on one. Might as well get all of them. You'll have enough gold. As for unlocking these things, I would suggest unlock 2 or 3 of the classes you want. I don't think I'll unlock all the classes. I'm probably just gonna unlock Bruiser, the Mime, and probably Apprentice too. I don't really want to unlock the Cat Burglar. I'll probably unlock him later if I have enough money. You'll get more money eventually, but in the beginning portion of the game, money is hard to come by, so you should really choose wisely as to what you unlock. So I think right now, it's going to be worth it to unlock the Bruiser. I'm going to unlock the Bruiser. Yeah. And you just build the training yard here. I don't think it matters. I could be wrong about this. I could be totally wrong, but it really does. You just put it wherever you want. Oh, let's listen to this guy's little song.
Not a gentle kind of dungeoneer, nor a poet or a muser, but one that fills the heart with fear. I give to you the Bruiser.
Cool. He gave to me the Bruiser. Awesome. Let's fuck it. Let's rename him too. Let's rename him Ass. Awesome. Alright. This guy's name is Ass. And so we only have 6 gold now. What was I gonna say? Also, I would suggest, people might disagree with me, but I don't really like these talismans. They're okay. I mean, +1 to first physical damage in battle for first 2. They only help you for the first 2 fights. and then it doesn't matter. Maybe get one of them, but don't get like all of them. Don't waste that. I would rather unlock this loot and unlock the characters. That's what I would focus on. But really, unlock like 1 or 2 characters and then try to unlock as much loot as you can. That's gonna be what I'll do. That's my strategy. And these talismans, maybe unlock one of them to help you out, but I would say hold off, because later on in the game you're gonna get more money, and then you can quickly unlock these to unlock the tier 2, which we won't get into right now. But I think the talismans are gonna be worth it in the tier 2, not really so much in tier 1. It's just whatever. That's why I say wait till you start getting more money in the game, then you can unlock this one, which is relatively cheap. It's 50 compared to this, which is 500, you know? By the time you're making 500 gold doing stuff, 50 is going to be dropping the bucket, and you can just buy this real quick and then get the real thing that you want, which is the 500 one. So that's all I got to say about that for now. Let's do some more dungeoneering, though. Let's see. Well, you know what? Actually, I'll end the video for now. And when we come back in the next episode, I'll explain more about dungeoneering and about the classes and fighting in the dungeons. And we'll use the bruiser, and I'll tell you guys more about the bruiser and why he kicks ass. And that's why his name is Ass, because that's what he kicks. Alright guys, Dr. Love, if you found this video helpful, subscribe, please, and like the video. Give us a thumbs up. Thank you very much, guys. I'll see you next time.